Well, hey, babe. Listen, we got to talk about these housewives, honey, and a little bit of basketball wives. So let's go ahead and get into it. Well, first things first, I want to talk about Miss Shawnee O'Neal, honey, soon to be Miss Shawnee Henderson, I suppose. Okay, so I guess congratulations and good luck to her as she ended up getting engaged to her longtime boyfriend, Pastor Keon Henderson. Okay, I just want to read some of the remarks that she had after her engagement and her proposal, right? So she says, "This was one of the most magical and special days of my life. Being someone that had never officially been proposed to, meaning like down on one knee or asked, 'Will you marry me?' in that same moment," she says, she goes on to say that, "And honestly, I'm the person that thought I would never in my lifetime experience a love like this. Everything about that night was incredibly amazing." She also goes on to say that, "I wouldn't change a single thing. As a matter of fact, I wish I could experience it over and over again. Keon is an extraordinary man of God. He's wise, he's supportive, he's loving and attentive. He loves me and my children in a way that has changed my life and my heart. He makes me want to be better every day. And I pray that I do the same for him. This love is forever. And I'm honored and overjoyed to do forever with him." Now, Henderson is 40, whereas Miss Shawnee is a 46. Okay, so he done laced her with a ring, and I ain't even mad at it, girl. So congratulations to Miss Shawnee O'Neal on her proposal to her pastor boo, honey. And like I said, girl, good luck. Let's go ahead and move on to something else. Let's talk about Miss Phaedra Parks, because she got a chance to have a sit down with Hollywood Life, and they asked her some questions. They did an interview or whatnot, because she is supposed to be on the upcoming season of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. So that's going to be coming up with her. I believe Eva Marcel may be on there amongst some other ladies, right? Well, I just want to go ahead and skip through the interaction that, the interview that she did with Hollywood. And I want to get to right to the meat of it, right? They asked her, would she ever return, meaning return to, Housewives of Atlanta. She says that, "I've evolved, and so I love that the fans want me back. But my children are at an age, the Housewives is an awesome platform, but it comes with its issues. And so to be a great parent and to be a responsible parent, I think that would not be a responsible decision," right? So when it comes to Phaedra not returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta, she's taking her children more into consideration. And that's what she's saying, the reason as to why she would not return. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, Phaedra, girl. You're gonna need more people for me. If you're opening up to do Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, I feel like you would be open to do Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's just that Candy Burris is on the show. Now, I feel like once Candy leaves the show, they may open it back up, and I feel like you just might return. You may not return as a full housewife. You may return as a friend of the show. But those are my thoughts, girl. I hear what you're saying, Miss Phaedra, but I don't believe what you're saying, girl. So we'll just have to see. She goes on throughout the interview, and someone asked her, a lot of people would love to know, have you run into Miss Candy over the years? Have y'all spoken? She says, we've seen each other maybe once, but I live in Buckhead. Ooh, girl, that was her throwing shade. She's saying she live in Buckhead, but I believe Candy lives in South Atlanta or somewhere in that area. I don't think she's too far from Midtown, but girl, that was shady. Tell me something, I live in Buckhead. Ooh, I can't take her. I cannot take her. Now they also asked her. They asked about the cast being announced for Real Housewives the upcoming season. They let her know that Sheree's going to be back, as well as Marlo full time. What are her thoughts? She gave absolutely no thoughts about Marlo, but she looks to have given thoughts regarding Sheree. She says, "I don't follow the show. I love Sheree. I don't think anything about it because I don't follow it." So that's that on that, honey. Miss Phaedra is acting like she out here done with the housewives, but girl, we know that you not, honey. We know that you really are not done with the housewives. Okay, you over here doing the ultimate girls trip, so I believe that you will return back to ATL. And you ain't got to tell us that you don't watch it, because I feel like you do check in from time to time. But it's all good, honey. Either way, girl, good luck. Okay, we see that Phaedra is out here acting, honey. She's been in a few films and productions that's been going on that she's been promoting on her social media, honey. So she's still keeping the lights on over there. Right. On top of the fact that she does have her own law firm as well. And what a mortuary, girl. She got so much stuff going on, honey. But anyway, girl, like I said, we wish Miss Phaedra the best, honey. We about to go ahead and scoot over to some other housewives tea. Let's talk about Miss Mia Thornton, because Mia Thornton got a chance to do a sit down interview with the Jasmine brand. And first off, I want to shout out Reality Chat over there on Instagram, because they went ahead and captured the clips that we really care about and the ones we want to see. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that for you guys. So let's get into this.
And different things like that. What are your thoughts? And I know Ashley stated that she didn't think that the colorism was in the group.
So I agree with Ashley. You know, while I do think colorism exists in the world, hands down it does. Do I feel like it exists in our group? No, I haven't seen any signs of it. But that's just how I feel. And so I'm with Ashley on that.
Yeah, but you are aware of like the signs of colorism and
yes,
the differences and everything like that, right?
Absolutely, hands down. I am fully aware.
Okay.
I just don't think that it exists in our group. And, you know, if it does, I would love to open that floor for conversation, and so to have a difference of opinion, but I just don't think that it exists. Not in our friend group.
Okay. That is the biggest question. Are you staying? You said some things. And so what is going on?
Okay. So, I'm not going to answer that question. So G and I, you know, we have a lot to think about. You know, we have our marriage to think about, our kids to think about, our businesses to think about. And there's some things that have transpired on my first season that I am afraid will make Mia, or I should say Maya, come out. And we don't want Maya to come out, okay? Maya can ruin Mia's life, and we don't need Maya to stay inside. So, and I'm not saying no. You know, being on this platform is, you know, definitely a privilege, y'all. Like, this is like a huge accomplishment, and it's such a phenomenal opportunity, and it has been a great experience. I have grown so much. So I don't have bad things to say. It's just, if I don't come back, it's just solely a personal decision, and it will be because of my family.
Okay.
So y'all just heard what Miss Mia had to say in terms of colorism and whether or not she will return to the show. Miss Mia does not believe that there is any colorism that's taking place on Real Housewives of Potomac, but says that she is open for discussion. So if you guys feel that you need to enlighten Miss Mia, feel free to go on over there and open up the discussion, because she says she welcomes it, because she doesn't see it on the show amongst this friend group that she just became a part of. Another thing that Miss Mia talked about was her possibly not returning. She said she wouldn't answer the question, but should she not return, it's going to be because of her friends. Because of her kids and her family. Why do I not believe that? I'm sorry. I don't believe that Mia would not be on this show because of her family, and it's a personal decision. One thing about Mia, she strikes me as a person that likes to get ahead and in front of stories and stuff. I'm not saying that she, you know, has been laid off or anything like that, because I don't think contracts go out or anything until the show has completely been over, meaning reunion and all. So I don't think anything has been drafted or sent out or whatever. But I feel like she's just preparing just in case she wasn't welcome back. It's just her way of saying, well, you know, I decided not to do it because of my family. So I think she's leaving that open-ended just in case, so she can use it as an excuse. But ultimately, I think Mia does want to come back. Right. I think that she kind of does, because I think she likes the platform. I think she likes to be looked up to, because she likes to sit so high and look down on others like she's better than everyone. So I think that, you know, Real Housewives probably gave her a bit of status that she probably didn't have before. So I think she would want to come back. But then that whole talk about her saying, you know, well, there are some things that transpired throughout this first season, and, you know, we don't want Maya to come out, you know, so I don't want to do any of that, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And I'm like, girl, Maya already came out with her lies and her backpedaling and her acting like it wasn't her, but it was her. Is Maya your assistant? Is that what you're saying? Like, do you have multiple personalities or something? Like, what's happening here? Because I'm a little confused. Mia. I don't trust it, girl. But I do think this: if you would like to take your own advice and you don't want Maya to come out, please trust yourself on this. Trust yourself, believe in yourself for that moment, and don't return. If that's how you feel, girl, I'm not going to stand in the way of that. Like, trust yourself, trust your gut, right? If you're truly afraid, I mean, get ahead of it. Right? That's what you like to do. You like to get ahead of stories, get ahead of it. Get ahead of it. If you're afraid that Maya or Mia is going to come out in a way that you don't like, and you're really afraid that, your mom's sobriety is solely on, your castmates or whatever, girl, get ahead of it. And, just don't return, we really want you to be good with your family. Right. Yeah. You guys leave your thoughts and comments down and your support for Miss Mia to, take a step down should that be something that she wants to do. Okay. But let's go ahead and get into Miss Wendy. Come in, Wendy finna be eating the girls up at the reunion. On part 3, she finna be eating the girls up. Now, I did see a preview, but I'm gonna have to watch the whole thing in its entirety. But I must say, Miss Wendy, it seems like Miss Wendy printed out that board for Robin. And when Robin made sense to me, when she said, well, Wendy, I didn't even know what was really happening. I didn't know if this was a new rumor that came out or what was going on. Wendy was so focused on making sure that she presented her board because she had to make sure, right? Like, girl, I done spent this money over here at Kinko's or FedEx or wherever I done went, girl, Office Max, Office Depot. Y'all finna get into this board today. I don't care what you, because she had to make sure she brought it back around and mentioned it. And it came off a bit forced. But again, this was in the preview. I need to see the full clip to see everything that took place in that moment. But when I saw the preview, I was like, Wendy, girl, what is it, girl? You over here giving me trying too hard. You over here giving me trying to top what happened last year. And I don't know if I like that, even though I've been understanding where you've been coming from. Something was a bit off. It wasn't connecting for me. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely was not here for that. But based on last week's reunion, shortly after that, Wendy put a post up. I'm sorry, not last week's, but more so this week, this past Sunday. Wendy put a post up on Twitter. And I wanted to read this to you guys. I highlight this to y'all because baby girl was in her feelings and I was here for it. She says, I find it very disheartening that when my 2-year-old was fighting for her life in the ICU for a week, you at Giselle Bryant, come on, Wendy, you better at her, were the only one of my hashtag RHOP castmates who did not text, call, nothing. Instead, you went on at the real daytime and shaded me while I was at my lowest point, hashtag RHOP. Listen, this is why I love this tweet so much. Hallelujah. Listen, this is why I love this tweet so much. I love it because remember when Ashley was in the hospital and she was up there tweeting and saying whatever negative things, knowing that she was about to have a baby, and then Candace went back and clapped back on her. But everybody wanted to hold Candace to the fire for saying rude things to Ashley when Ashley was about to give birth. This is what I don't be understanding, how everybody has issues with what one does to the other when the person in that moment don't be caring about the SHI themselves. How you got more energy for this person's situation than you have for your own situation. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Y'all always try to hold the wrong people accountable and never hold yourselves accountable. That's what's so awkward. And that's why I love this message so much, because I'm waiting to see how Giselle, electric slide, pussy pop, back pedal, cha-cha slide, and anything else, the Cupid shuffle, all right, and whatever other Drake dance, hotline bling, or whatever else she can come up with. Kiki, do you love me? Whatever move that she can make, I want to see how she's going to make that move to get out of this right here. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the hypocrisy is going to be, considering the fact that you were trying to hold Candace's feet all the way under the fire. Okay, girl, Candace over there telling Karen to burn in eternal hell. Girl, y'all was trying to have Candace burn in eternal hell for what she said to Ashley when Ashley didn't even give a damn. Right? You wanted her to be considerate. But then what did you do? You definitely went over there to the real and you shaded Miss Girl all the way down to the ground. Not only, Miss Wendy, did she go on the real, but she also went on to Daily Pop with Justin, and she also shaded you down over there too, girl. So she was shading you down throughout these interviews, understanding that you were in the hospital with your child, and she couldn't even send kind words. Like, of course you're gonna banter, you're gonna say what you gotta say, but girl, you could have at least have said some kind words. I know you did what you needed to do to play up the interviews, but you could have sent kind words to this lady, right? As much as you sat up there on the stage and cried and whined and shed your tears and everything, when it came down to Karen acknowledging your daughters, when it came down to Karen acknowledging your daughters, like, you got teary-eyed. So don't you think that would have been a great opportunity for you and Wendy to mend fences had you actually, you know, just reached out to her regarding her child? Don't you think? Right? It makes sense to me. I don't know why it wouldn't make sense to you. But let me see what's going on with my system over here, because the internet been acting hella shaky, honey. Okay, I think that may be all that I actually had on the quick chat. Oh no, it wasn't. I had something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I was watching the reunion. Okay, I'm sorry, not the reunion, but again, I was watching previews of the reunion, and what was really interesting was them talking about G. This was hella interesting to me. The ladies talking about G and how they felt as though he was doing a whole lot because he licked his tongue out. All because he licked his tongue out at Karen, right? So then the question came to Ashley about, you know, Michael's and his actions. Like, why did you feel like how G was acting was so irate in comparison to how Michael was acting? Like, why? What is that about, right? So then she laughs. She really couldn't even defend herself or explain it, to be honest, because she was so full of SHI and a piece of a T. She really couldn't even defend her comments, right? Trying to say something about why, well, Karen, you know, Karen's known Michael for a long time, and this, that, and the other. So I think how she perceives G is much different than how she perceives my husband, Michael. And bada bing. And then Karen had to check her and let her know, like, well, no, girl, I'm familiar with G. G made sure that he pretty much came out and tried to build a connection with me. And I was really here for this because she, in so many words, was saying Michael never did that with me. G was the one that tried to make a connection with me. So I already understood how he operates and how he moves. And then, you know, when Ashley tried to speak, Andy goes on to remind her about, because she tried to say, well, Michael never operated in the same fashion that G. He's never done this. He's never done that. Actually, Giselle spoke up and kind of says that Michael has never stuck his tongue out at nobody and made certain remarks. And I'm like, Giselle, how dare you sit up here and forget that this man physically assaulted two different individuals while being caught on camera? Like, how do you forget that? But you want to feel a way about somebody's tongue and them saying what they said when this man has physically gone around and touched on people. And then I loved how Andy said that Michael said that he was suck Juan's DICK. And then here you go, got Ashley talking about someone. Did Juan complain about that? Now, Ashley, why are you playing on that man's head top like that? Why are you playing on that man's head top like that? Like, was Juan mad? Like, girl, so basically you're insinuating that Juan and Michael probably got something going on. And Ashley, and Robbie, you wasn't going to say nothing? You was just like, she was just sitting there like, girl, I would have said, yeah, my husband was really disappointed in that. I'm so glad Juan Dixon is not here because he would not like what you're saying. He did not appreciate that. He and Michael, he has a respect for Michael, but when it comes to that, yeah, no. Ooh, sideways, right? I didn't really like that. What else ended up happening when that happened? I think Ashley tried to act like she didn't remember it or something like that. And then Robin spoke up. And I don't know, when Robin said, yeah, he did, I don't know if she was reminding Ashley that, yeah, your husband did say that, or if she was saying, yeah, one was upset. I wasn't sure which one. But the fact that she tried to downplay Michael, it's like everybody else is the problem but your dude. And then it's also everybody else is the problem but you too, Ashley. That's what I don't understand. And I guess because you're able to act like that because the other ladies amongst the cast give you passes to do whatever it is that you want to do, right? And never call you on your stuff ever since you start having these babies. And if Giselle, for you to step in and to have Michael's back the way that you did, shout out to whoever has been editing these videos and have been putting these clips out, baby. You the MVP. Because it's something about these flashbacks for me that was showing everything Giselle sat up here and said, she lied. Girl, you was the first person to talk about Michael and his antics in the beginning when the show was first starting. And then shout out to Karen at one point throughout the show talking about how Michael had, was taking off his clothes while they was on a boat. Meanwhile, Ashley's trying to say Michael didn't act like this and that when it came to G. And I'm just like, shout out to whoever's running this stuff behind the scenes, because you guys understood the assignment. And I was glad that things were being called out for what they are. And now I'm wondering, what are your thoughts about this? I wish they would kind of do like how like VH1 does where they watch the episode and they see stuff. I wish they would do like a playback sometimes of the reunion with these ladies watching themselves tell the lies that they tell. Because I would love to see their reaction. Because when I saw this playback, I know Giselle did not see this playback when she was sitting down doing this reunion. But post-reunion, as she's watching the show with us, I wonder what her thoughts are when she saw that she put her big foot in her mouth too, that big boot she got on her foot. I wonder what her thoughts were when she had that boot in her mouth. Yeah, but really, y'all, that's all that I got on the quick chat today. Ain't got no more. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below, honey. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.